Well, I think that expresses the challenge that we face as an economy, and there isn't one single measure in one single budget that can put that right. But what the Chancellor has done today is made a series of specific interventions, responding to the advice on increasing the national living wage, changing the taper rate, helping families and those that are the hardest hit by some of the challenges of the last 18 months with additional funding through local authorities, additional grants to local authorities, more investment in public services, and also significant investment in interventions into our economy that actually support us to be more productive. And that's higher skills, allowing skills to be brought in from other jurisdictions with easily accessible visas, and also encouraging capital investment, dealing with the challenges that businesses face with changes to the business rates, with a significant cut in business rates for the 50% cut to the retail, hospitality and leisure sectors. But the quote that you gave me demonstrates that there has been a significant hit to the economy, particularly in the last 18 months. It's the biggest recession for 300 years. And we need to plot a credible and realistic pathway out of that. And that's what the Chancellor has done with this spending review, which gives 150 billion additional investment across all government departments, as well as creating that framework for investment for business into the future.
Some of us expected a move on business rates as a manifesto pledge to reform the business rates system. It's a tax that many small and medium-sized firms in this country really don't like. It's levied on them whether they make money or not. And yet we got a reprieve on business investment just for a year. So if you improve your business, you won't pay extra business rates for a year, but then you will every year after that. And then a 50% discount for retailers on business rates. But again, just for 1 year. It's not the root and branch reform that the Conservatives promised.
Well, I think it's a very welcome start. And I think business organisations have recognised that this intervention, particularly with the retail, hospitality and leisure sector, is very much needed, given the way that they've suffered in particular ways. But you're right that the whole calibration of the rate system, how evaluations are done, the cycle of that, we're now bringing from 5 years down to 3 years, and extra incentives for businesses within that. But what we've got to do is move to a situation where we have a fairer system. And obviously there are a number of things that we will be looking at with respect to how we can make further improvements in the future. One thing I would say, having worked with this Chancellor through the last 18 months, is that he looks very carefully at all the opportunities to do things differently. The innovation that he's brought into policy making across the economy has been significant, and I recognise that there are obviously some challenges that no budget will deal with everything. But I think what the steps he's taken today will be very welcome from the business community, who recognise that some of those changes over this coming year will be very much welcome in the context of the challenges they face.